Okay, so this is how I made just under 9% yesterday. We'll begin with the GJ trade. So, took one trade on GJ yesterday. Marked out key levels on the 4 hour. As you can see, we swept just here. So I was looking for a 15-minute breaker to get in on. We have this breaker here. Forms because we have the fair value gap straight after. So we mark our breaker block with this rectangle. Then we set our limit with the stop just below the candle body. This is set after we break through. So you can see this fair value gap candle. And we set our take profit 1 as this support slash resistance level based upon the previous low is getting broken, and that ended up being the right decision. We ended up coming into this breaker actually, going straight back down, but I didn't take this trade. I just took this, which is good. Second trade, we have US CAD, which I didn't actually think would win. It won overnight. You can see it won at 3:45 New York time, so that's what, 7:45 this morning. Just one trade on USD CAD, I believe. Yep. So this was our breaker. You can see for this trade, as the breaker was so large and the target was so low, despite the fact that we actually ended up pushing up way more. Same again, 4 hour. So we're actually going to push up to this high more likely. We swept this low, and so I'm looking for my 15-minute breaker. And you can see this is our breaker. It's quite a big breaker essentially. So you formed of these two candles. So I set my stop loss at the bottom of the breaker because if not, the risk to reward ratio would have been awful. It would have been 0.8, and there were such long candles. I thought that was okay. And it turned out to be the right decision. Made 1.29% there. On EU, we won just one trade. Same again, where if we come down to the lower time frame, we swept this liquidity here, and we swept all of this. So and we got in on the fair value gap. So I looked for longs. Super easy. Breaker block here. Disrespected it on this candle, as you can see. And then limit order, never even entered with a body, purely just the wicks, and won straight away. GJ, we have just one trade as well. Also pretty short. I tried to place a second GJ trade initially with the EU trade. As you can see, the breaker blocks here, but we just never tapped into it. We'll end up tapping into it now, to be fair. But as you can see, we never tapped into it. We just ran straight up. Super easy here. So this was based upon us surpassing this high comfortably. As you can see, we broke completely through it, and we'd retested it, and then we'd bounce back up again. So I treated this as my breaker block. These two candles here, set out my breaker block, and then luckily we tapped in before hitting my target, which was just here. It was this high right here. We ended up coming down, taking that back out. So again, it's another really good trade. Gold, we have just one trade. You can see this is a bit of a mess at the minute. I will delete this. So let me remove everything here. So this was our, I can't even remember how this works. Oh, okay. So we broke this level. We break through here, and on the 4 hour, I go to 4 hour. So if I remove this, so we'd swept on the 4 hour and on the 1 hour. Where are we? Where's the trade? Oh, the fuck, what's it done? Is this oh, that's not my trade. So we'd swept here, as you can see. We've swept through, and then we'd clearly broken through this level here. So we look for longs targeting just this level here, as I felt like it was going to reverse, and it did eventually, but at a higher level. Again, set the limit on the fair value gap, and this was purely because when I'd spotted this late, and I'd spotted it during this candle forming, and so I just got lucky in the fact that I got a lower thing. Realistically, had I been on the charts properly, it would have been a 0.9, which I probably would have raised my stop loss to here, so I would have actually lost probably. So that was a bit lucky. But you know, you get lucky sometimes either way. Nothing S&P. And then on the Nasdaq, we took 2 trades, 1 win, 1 loss. Let me find it. So I had, my bias was a bit mixed today. We had SMT at lows on the daily, but we also had SMT on, or heavy SMT at the highs on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So I was looking for shorts initially. This is after PMI. PMI would have been this candle here, this big candle up. We had SMT at these highs. This is the 943 and the 946. We had SMT here, so you can mark that out. And then I was waiting for this fair value gap to be disrespected. As you can see there. We disrespected it through this candle, and the only reason my entry is here and not here is because I trade CFDs and indices as opposed to futures, so I just have spread and there. And then target was this level here, super easy, out in 2 candles, 2 minutes, 2.3%, really easy. And second trade, if I mark out the silver bullet hour, it is this candle here, this long candle, which actually turns out to be the silver bullet candle. Silver bullet is a strategy where you're looking at for a fair value gap within a singular time period, to do with just high probability. And I thought this was the one we'd swept to the low, so, you know, swept all the buy side liquidity. Thought we were pushing up, so set my limit, entered in. Looked like we were going good. Well, I had TP1 as here and TP2 as here. Wasn't to be. Lost the trade. So that's 6 out of 7 and 9% win.